Hello everyone, so for today's tutorial I decided to do a video on this look right here. This is my first fall tutorial, and to me fall means dark lips, so be prepared for that. I'll probably be filming all my videos for fall with dark lips because I just really like how dark lips look and stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to know how I achieved this look, please make sure to keep watching. Alright, so I literally went ahead and did my eyebrows. I concealed my eyebrows and then I put on concealer as a base. And then I went ahead and did this eye. I didn't want to like ramble on too much about like what I was doing and stuff. So I just like jumped right into it. I'm going to be using my Broken 35O palette by Morphe. I think I've mentioned before my palette broke, so I mean the shadows are so good, so that's all that matters, right? Okay, so I'm going to be taking this JH30 brush and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Did I put it right? Yeah, that one. And I'm just gonna put this very messily in my crease. Okay, now before moving on to any other shade, I'm gonna take this color right here and I'm using the JH42 brush and I'm gonna put it under my brow. This is gonna help like me keep track of not blending the shadow up too high. I don't normally do this, but I thought I'd do it today. Now I'm gonna take the Morphe M513 and I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna apply it in my crease as well. Okay, now I'm gonna take the JH32 and I'm gonna go in with like this brown shade right here and I'm gonna apply it in my crease, but I'm not gonna bring it up as high as I did with the other colors. Okay, then before I go on with any shade, I'm gonna go back with the M513 and without any extra product, I'm just gonna blend everything out a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to go in with like a little bit more of a precise brush. This is the JH31 and I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm going to apply it in my crease. Now I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And I'm just going to deepen up the crease even more. Then I'm going to switch brushes and I'm going to go with the Morphe M441 and I'm going to add no product. I'm just going to use this brush and then blend it out a little bit more. And then I'm going to go back in with the M513 and I'm just going to blend everything out. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and this is in the shade Light Sand. And I'm going to take a concealer brush and I'm going to be cutting my crease. And I swear I try so hard to do this on camera without like, you know, cutting this portion out and then coming back. But like, I literally struggle. Like I have the bad tendency of like tugging on my skin when I'm cutting my crease. Okay, so 10 years later, I finally cut my crease. And now I'm gonna be going in with like this little detailed blending brush. This is the JH40. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm gonna apply it like in the center and then drag it out to the outer portion of my eye. And then I'm also gonna like slightly blend it in that crease line. And then I'm gonna take like a mixture of this red shade right here and then this brown reddish shade. It's like a brick red kind of shade. And I'm gonna also apply it over top. Now I want it to be just like a little bit more red toned, so I'm just gonna apply that over top again. Now I'm just going to take this shade on its own And I'm gonna focus it like on the very outer corner of my eye. And then I'm gonna take this shade right here and apply it in the same place. This is just to like deepen it up a tad bit. But I don't want to go in with too much of the eyeshadow because then it's gonna like darken it out completely and I don't want that. Then I'm just gonna go in once more with these two mixed together and apply it. So this looks like very simple, which I like because once you like take a close look at it, it's actually very detailed eye look, but it's very simple and subtle, and I feel like this would go with anything. Okay, so now that I completed the eyeshadow, I'm now gonna apply some falsies and then I'll probably do a wing liner. I'm not sure yet because I do like how this looks on its own, but I might want to just, you know, spice it up a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna apply eyeliner, like a wing liner, and my lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and like do all that and then I'll come back and then do my face makeup. Alright, so as you can see, I did my eyeliner and I applied my lashes. I did like a pretty long eyeliner because for some reason with me, it might be because like my eyes aren't that big, but whenever I try to do a wing liner and then I apply lashes, you can't really see the wing. So what I have to do in order for the wing to show on my eyes, I have to like make it a little bit longer than usual. But yes, like the eyes are very simple. And the reason I did that is because my face is gonna look bomb as fuck. Like I'm gonna pretty much like paint a whole new face on. But it's okay because it'll look really good. Okay, so the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prime my face. And I'm gonna be trying this Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh Primer. That was very long. It comes out purple. It's cool. I think this is like supposed to be a hydrating primer. So hopefully it is because your girl is dry like a desert. Okay. Okay, now for foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Natural Beige. And then I'm going to mix in like just a tad bit of my NARS foundation in the shade Valencia because I just feel like I just have the slightest bit of a tan. So I just want to add a little bit of the dark foundation so that it looks okay. But before I get started with that, I'm going to take the foundation and a concealer brush. And I'm just going to outline my brows so that it makes it easier when I blend out my foundation. Okay, so I did my whole eyebrow thing. I just applied a few pumps of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and then now I'm applying like the smallest pump of the NARS foundation. And I'm going to mix it with my finger and then apply it on my face. And to blend this out, I'm going to be using the Morphe sponge. I'm not sure what it's called. I know it has like a specific name, but I just don't know what it's called. This primer is really good, and I know that it's really good because normally when I apply this foundation, it kind of tends to like crease around certain parts of my face, like for example like my chin and then like the inner parts of my nose. But I'm like looking closely in the mirror and that hasn't happened at all, and I know that it has to be because of the primer because I've used the foundation before and I know that it happens when I use another primer. But right now that I use this other Becca primer, it didn't happen, which means it's a really good primer. Okay, now I'm gonna be moving on to concealer. So for concealer, I'm gonna be going in with a mixture of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Café con Leche and the Tarte Light Sand shade. So I'm gonna apply this one first. Actually, no. I'm gonna apply the Tarte concealer first because I feel like it's a better consistency and it doesn't dry out as quickly as the NARS one does. So I'm gonna apply this one first. And then over top of that, I'm gonna apply the NARS concealer. Taking the same sponge, I'm gonna blend this out. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this unnecessary as expensive as bronzer. This is the Coco Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. It's very unnecessary. but sadly it's very good. So I'm taking my like Eco Tool stippling brush. This is how I feel like I like to apply it, and I'm going to warm up my face with this. And I'm just gonna like run like a little bit on the sides of my nose, just very messily. That's pretty much all I do with this bronzer. I just like to warm up my face with it. So like bronzer doesn't really last on my face that much, but now that I've been using that cream product and then setting it with like a powdered bronzer, I feel like my bronzer lasts a lot more on my face than it normally would. And then now I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer on the rest of the high points of my face. And now I'm going to be taking this Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. This is my first time trying this powder. It's supposed to do like a good job of blurring out like fine lines and wrinkles. So it's a pink powder, so I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is how I'm supposed to use it, but I just wanted to use it like any other powder like I normally would. Okay, so then while that's like baking or whatever for a little bit, I'm going to bronze up the rest of my face. I'm going to be going in with my Too Faced Coco Contour Kit. This is the light to medium, and I'm going to take my Jaclyn Hill 04 brush, and I'm just going to use this to bronze up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Luxie Detail Tapered Blender brush. This is the number 140. I'm going to go in with like a little bit of my bronzer. And I'm going to apply this on the sides of my nose. Okay, now I'm going to brush away this excess powder. So now that we look like this, I'm going to smoke out my bottom lash line. So I'm going to go back in with the 35O palette, and I'm going to take any pencil brush. So I'm going to be using the Morphe M431, and I'm going to go first in with this shade right here under my eyes. I'm going to switch pencil brushes. I'm going to go in with the JH39 now. And I'm going to dip into this shade right here and smoke it out. And then finally this brown shade, and then also apply it. Now I'm going to spray my face a little bit with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a blush. So for blush, I'm going to go in with this palette. I'm going to use a little bit of Unapologetic and apply that. For highlight, I'm going to take this Anastasia Glow Kit. I think this is the Dream palette, yeah. And then I'm going to take my Morphe 510 brush, and I'm going to dip into this shade and a little bit of this one. So these two mixed together, Wish and Magic mixed together. And I'm going to... And then I'm going to take a little bit from my inner corner. Okay, so now I'm just going to set my face really quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my bottom lash mascara. I'm using the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Waterproof Mascara. I'm just going to apply a little bit. Okay, now to finish off the lips, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Maude, I don't know. It looks like this. Alright everyone, this is pretty much it for the tutorial. Like I said earlier, it was just like a very simple eye and like a bold lip. I really like how this makeup look turned out, and I hope you did too. Thank you guys so much for watching.